fellow oddities, welcome to a new video. Today we're once again going to be doing a designs ranked video. This time we'll be covering the second fiddle of Mortal Kombat, the second fiddle to Liu Kang specifically, and that is Kung Lao. For those who haven't seen the previous videos, let's reiterate the rules. The first rule is that I'll only be taking designs from Mortal Kombat games, which means no comics, movies, or cartoons, and no other games like... When am I going to stop doing these jokes? The second rule is I will not be taking any repeated or reused designs, which means no recreated classic costumes from the later games, and nothing from Mortal Kombat Armageddon, because his costumes are reused from previous ones. Like I've said a billion times now. The third rule is for Mortal Kombat 11 only, and it's that I'll only be taking designs from the story mode, because Mortal Kombat 11 has a lot of designs that just aren't worth talking about. And the fourth and final rule is I will not be taking any designs from Mortal Kombat Mobile. Yeah. Anyways, without further ado, Kung Lao has 16 designs, so let's get straight into it. In last place, at number 16, I have his Kronika design from Mortal Kombat 11. Now, I actually forgot about Kitana's Kronika design from Mortal Kombat 11 because I did a costume ranking for Kitana, and I didn't include that one because I think we all want to forget Kronika. And it would be the last place on that design ranking. So, just go back to that video and imagine, okay, there's the actual last place, which is the Kronika design. And it's last place on this list too, because, Kronika. At number 15, I have the Mortal Kombat X Gacho? I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's the Mexican themed skin. And, you know, it's another little cutesy Mortal Kombat X themed skin. It's there, you know, it's nice, I guess, but, yeah, it's just kind of there. All right. There's no reason to talk about this anymore. Let's just move on to number 14. At number 14, I have the Mortal Kombat 11 Revenant design. And, you know, you guys know how I feel about Revenants now. I feel like this one is way too similar to Liu Kang's Revenant design in this game. And, you know, it's kind of cool that they're twinning, but at the same time, it's kind of boring. Like, I don't know, I kind of want them to be unique, but he really just takes Liu Kang's design and adds a hat to it, and he's also still bald, which looks stupid. And like I said in my Katana video, I don't like how the Mortal Kombat 11 Revenants are all, like, zombie looking, I guess. They're more so zombie looking than, like, undead demon looking, like how they looked in Mortal Kombat X, and even Mortal Kombat 9 to an extent. Mortal Kombat 9 was just kind of recolors, so they kind of looked zombie-like, but they still looked less zombie-like than how they do in Mortal Kombat 11. I just don't think they took it as far as they should have. At number 13, I have the Mortal Kombat X Revenant skin, and there's not really much separating this and the 11 one, but it is a bit more unique. It's not just like Liu Kang's Revenant design just carried over to Kung Lao. No, that's boring, which is what MK11 did and why it's less on this list, lower on this list. And Mortal Kombat X, it also had the cool hat. He's still bald, which looks dumb, but what are you gonna do about it? Moving on to actual Kung Lao designs, we have at number 12 his Mortal Kombat 9 alternate costume. Now, I have the same problem with this alternate costume that I did with Liu Kang's alternate costume. If it was more like clothy, loose, not so tight on his body, like it looks flat in this design, and that just looks weird. If it was just kind of like more loose feeling, more, I don't know, just flowy, it just didn't like look like it was super glued onto his body and it's like 2 sizes too small for him. No, that doesn't look great and it looks weird. But if it was just like a nice costume where like the sash or whatever that he's wearing just kind of was off of his body, I guess. Just kind of nice sitting there. Kind of like how it looks more in MK11. I don't know if this is like a, I don't know, just how Mortal Kombat 9's designs were because of like the limitations or whatever. Maybe they just couldn't do cloth physics that well in Mortal Kombat 9's era of video games. But Mortal Kombat X, specifically Mortal Kombat 11, of course Mortal Kombat 1, they have all just way better cloth effects, and I think that shows in their designs not feeling so like flat and tight. And this design also just feels kinda empty as well. Like, I don't know. There's just not a lot going on. It's kind of boring looking, And, you know, it's kind of just a generic design. It just looks like he's wearing a tank top with a sash on it. And that's it. It's kind of boring. At number 11, I have a design that's actually pretty controversial. Like, a lot of people don't like this one, and it's the Mortal Kombat 11 pass design. I have no real, like, major gripes with it. Like, I don't hate it or anything. I still don't like it that much, especially because of, like, the head thing he's got going on. I don't know what it's called, but it's like the thing Raiden has. Like, I just don't think that fits Kung Lao. I prefer the strap with the chin guard, and that looks cool, but the head thing doesn't look cool. Especially since there's no reason for it to exist. Like, at all. Like, what does it even do? Like, is it protecting your head? Not really. Is it protecting your ears? I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. It just seems like you can't hear now. Doesn't really seem like it has anything to do with that, so I don't know. I guess, like, the only real thing that it could possibly do is, like, keep his hair out of his face, but, like, Kung Lao has, like, a ponytail in this game anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Like, the head thing literally has a hole for his ponytail to stick out, so, like, I don't really see the point of it. It just seemed kind of unnecessary. I've also seen some people describe, like, his main vest outfit area to be, like, American Kung Lao because of the colors red, white, and blue, which is weird because, like, I don't know. For some reason, people just associate red, white, and blue with the American colors, even though, like, a bunch of other countries use red, white, and blue as well. So I don't know what that's all about. But that's just, like, an off-topic tangent thing that I just thought about randomly. And yes, I agree. It looks kind of weird. Like, the colors aren't great. It does look very flag-y. It's just kind of basic, and honestly, if the patterns and the colors were a bit different, like, this design looks a lot like the Mortal Kombat 2021 Kung Lao design, just if you kind of take it down to its base level. But that one is a lot better because of the colors and the designs that they used on the vest, on the just entirety of the design, and it looks a lot better than this design because, I don't know, the colors just look kind of basic, the designs are basic, it's just kind of boring. And not to mention the head thing. Still weirded out about that. And this is the only design where Kung Lao actually, like, has hair, and it's all covered up with the black hood thing. So that's kind of weird. Kung Lao should have hair. I don't know why he's bald all the time. Right, Kung Lao is bald, not Kung Lao. At number 10, I have his Mortal Kombat 3 design. I'm not sure if this one's controversial. Might be, might not be. I don't know. But I just never liked the overalls looking Kung Lao design. The orange pants, not really a fan. I like the tan pants. I like it when it's, like, tan. That looks cool. But, like, the orange, doesn't really look that great to me. And it doesn't have his classic combination of colors with the blue and the red. It has red, but it hasn't got the blue, and I think they should be together, because, I don't know, I feel like every Kung Lao design, at least the normal ones where Kung Lao is just supposed to look like Kung Lao, every design should have the blue and the red. But yeah, pretty big downgrade in my opinion from Mortal Kombat 2 to Mortal Kombat 3, but it is what it is. It's still a classic design. It's still, like, passable, I guess. And at number 9, I want to briefly talk about Mortal Kombat 4, which is basically the same design. So, yeah, I mean, there's very, very minor differences. The belt is a bit more, you know, if you think about, like, a superhero belt, like a utility belt, it's a bit more of that style. Pretty sure the, like, markings design that was on, like, one side of his overall straps. I know they're not overalls, but, like, I like to call them that. Pretty sure it's on the other side now, which is, like, a super minor difference. Yes, I know, but, like, anything I can get to extend this video to be longer. At number 8, I have his Mortal Kombat X design. Now, the big thing that I think detracts this design, I think it's actually pretty decent as just, like, the costume itself, but the big thing that I think detracts it a lot is the fact that it's old man Kung Lao with, like, mustache and the goatee and stuff, and I don't like that Kung Lao. He also has, like, a super long ponytail. I don't know if it's a ponytail or a pigtail, or I don't know. I don't know this terminology, but it's super long and I don't like it. But the rest of the design is actually pretty good if you ignore the desaturation, which, you know, that's on every Mortal Kombat X design, so can't really fault it too much. But if you just look past that, it's pretty good. I love the dragon aesthetic for Kung Lao. I just think, I don't know, I love it when Kung Lao designs just have that, like, silver dragon on it. Like, it's always silver. It's like silver or blue. I think that always looks super cool. I also really like how his, like, loincloth or whatever kind of takes from the Mortal Kombat 2, like, main vest design, but just includes it as a cloth as, like, a little homage, like a little Easter egg, I guess you could call it, being like, hey, you know, that design, we're going to incorporate it into this design, but not make it as prominent, which is fine. Like, I understand wanting different designs, but, you know, including that little aspect makes me, you know, makes me recognize the fact that, all right, you guys still appreciate the old stuff. You're not just, like, completely replacing it because you guys just want all your ideas to be the main ideas and just want everything else to be not existent, I guess. At number 7, I have a pretty similar design, which is the Mortal Kombat 1 design. Now, everyone is talking about how on the one render that's on the Mortal Kombat 1 website, his hat is, like, not on his head correctly. It's a bit high up and it looks kind of weird. It makes him look like he has a big forehead. But you know what? You can't really fault the design itself for just, like, what I'm assuming is a mistake in rendering, so I'm not going to count that as, like, a thing to dig on the Mortal Kombat 1 design. I just thought it'd be funny to mention. But like I just said, this is a very simplified version of the Mortal Kombat X design, and I honestly kind of like it more simplified. Just kind of makes it easier to look at. I do wish they actually improved the colors. They didn't really do that, which is one of the few times that they haven't improved the colors from a Mortal Kombat X type of design, from a Mortal Kombat 11 type of design, or Mortal Kombat 1, or whatever. In the more recent games, the costumes have almost always been more vibrant, more colorful, but for some reason on this one, they just didn't really do that, and that's kind of disappointing, but I still think it's an overall better looking design than Mortal Kombat X, just because of how much more simplified it is. Like, Mortal Kombat X had 2 big issues with its designs: the desaturation, the colors, yada yada yada, and over designs. Belts. Lots and lots of belts. I also don't really like the hat on this design, or at least the one that they use in the specific render that everyone talks about. It just doesn't look great. Like, I don't like the green. I wish it was just the classic black with red stripe hat, because that one's cool. And there is going to be gear in the game in some capacity. They haven't really talked about it, which is kind of weird. So I don't know if his hat is going to be a gear piece. I'm assuming it is. So, yeah. I don't know. It's probably going to be able to be changed into something more classic looking, which is good. Yeah. At number 6, I have his Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance default design. Now, I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere, correct me if I'm wrong, that they actually mixed up the Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance default and the alternates. So the alternate is supposed to be the default, and the default is supposed to be the alternate, but they switch it up or something like that. This is a design that doesn't have him actually wearing his hat, but he has, like, this cool hairstyle, ponytail, so I like that. That doesn't, like, make up for the fact that he's not wearing a hat. Like, that's a big reason why this design isn't higher on this list, but I still like the rest of it, and I still think it's a neat Kung Lao design. It's very, very good. It's very unique. It's not really something we've seen before, but I also kind of like that. It kind of gives more, I don't know, old timeline Kung Lao vibes, where it's just a bit more peaceful. It's not as, like, I don't know, warrior defining as, like, his usual outfits. Like, if he didn't have a giant circular saw on his back, you wouldn't really expect this dude to be, like, I don't know, a guy who slices people in half casually, just on his everyday routine. But if you saw the usual Kung Lao, you'd be like, probably. You know, I could see it. On this one, you can't really see that. And I kind of like that, because Kung Lao was more of a peaceful, not wanting to slice people in half on a regular basis type of character in the original timeline, as opposed to how he is in the new timeline. Not the new timeline, but, like, the new timeline before the newest timeline. The old timeline, but newer than the old time. This is gonna get confusing to talk about. The reboot, the first oh god, the post Armageddon reboot version of Kung Lao. And I forgot what I was talking about because my mind just went to timelines and stuff. Something about his personality being different because something, I don't know. They made him very arrogant and bloodthirsty. Not like bloodthirsty, but like he wants to fight. And that's different from how he was in the original timeline. All right, that's all I'm saying. It probably didn't make any sense because these timelines need to be labeled correctly. Like with actual labels, not just like old timeline, new timeline. No, we need like the first timeline, like you call it midway, I guess. But then, like, what do you call the next two? Because they're both NRS, so you can't really say, all right, that's the midway timeline. This is NRS. No, you can't do that because there are now two timelines under NRS. So you got to say, okay, original timeline. Like that's a fine name. But then, what do you call the one after that? You say like post Armageddon, and then the next one is post Chronica. And I'm probably spending a lot more time on this than I should. We should probably just move on. All right, video for another time. How to label the Mortal Kombat timelines. Coming soon to this channel. Yeah. Cracking the top 5, we have a design that I talked briefly about earlier, and that is the Mortal Kombat 2 design. Kung Lao's first ever design, and honestly, I think they got it pretty bang on the first time. I believe there should be a lot more designs that take this as a base and then build upon it, but I feel like a lot of designs just kind of like, okay, we're gonna like do something else and yada yada yada, but that's boring. All right, no, that looks bad. I'm sorry. No, take the original Mortal Kombat 2 design and build upon it. I love the sign marking. I don't know if it's like Chinese, Japanese, probably Chinese because they're supposed to be Chinese, but you know, with Mortal Kombat, especially in the old days, you have no idea. So hopefully it's Chinese, but yeah, it's probably a Chinese symbol. I really like that. I think it's a bit too big and too vibrant. Like, I don't know. I feel like, especially with the Mortal Kombat X design with its cloth, like, there's better ways to incorporate it than just having it be just giant, just there. But I still like the overall design a lot. I really like the combinations of the colors, the blue pants combined with the black vest thing. I still don't know what they're actually called, but with the black vest thing and then the blue underneath it and then the red symbol, like it's just a very neat combination of colors and I really like it. Also, this is like a weird thing, but I love how the chin strap looks. Like I feel like they don't use the chin strap as much, especially in the later games. It kind of just sits on top of his head. Like, I don't know, I kind of like the chin strap, even though it's probably not very practical since you'd have to take it off to throw your hat and stuff, but like, come on, it's Mortal Kombat. Who cares about being like super realistic and stuff? Come on, no. Chin strap looks cool. It's definitely cooler than the head thing he wore in Mortal Kombat 11. Also, this isn't a thing with the design, so it's not like a plus or anything, but I love how in every single render of Mortal Kombat 2, he has like his hat down and it's like kind of dark in his face area so you can't see his eyes. That's sick, all right? You should not let anyone tell you that's not sick. If someone tells you it's not sick and they say it's like corny or stupid or whatever, you have permission to slice their head off with a hat if you have one, which you should if you're a real Mortal Kombat fan. But yeah, this is a really cool design that I wish NRS or whoever is designing a Kung Lao costume can, you know, utilize a bit more. Just like, I don't know, use elements of this design because it's not like the same with the other characters where, okay, you take their classic design and you build off of that. I feel like Kung Lao's a bit different. They just kind of like do whatever. And man, it's kind of lame. At number 4, I have his Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance alternate design. Or maybe it's his default, or I don't know. It's something. It's a design and it's here. Voila. Now this is a really good design. The only real problem I have with it is the gauntlets on one hand being like gray, the usual gauntlets that Kung Lao has, and the other one is like golden, and it's like, I don't know, it's a different design and stuff. And, you know, it's not a huge deal or anything, it's just a little minor thing, but I don't know. I just don't really like it, and I just wish they stuck to one thing on one hand. It doesn't really matter which one to me, I don't really care, but just stick to one, and I'd be happier, slightly, because it's not really a big deal. It doesn't overshadow the rest of the design. And the rest of that design is really dang good. I love the more, I don't know, usually Kung Lao has like a black and metal, metallic gray type of vest design. This one takes a dark blue and gold type of design, and I think I like that a little bit more. And in the pants, it's a bit more traditional Kung Lao, but with some extra flair to it. There's red, there's blue, there's the normal stuff you see on Kung Lao's pants and stuff, and just his overall designs, but just a bit fancier, you know, and I like that. That combined with the golden armor plating on his chest and like the blue sash, it gives this a very, I don't know if royal is the right word, but it might be. Like, it does kind of give off royalty vibes, which I guess Kung Lao isn't royalty, but in a way he is. Like, I would definitely see this character as like a descendant of like a great warrior or something, or someone with a great lineage to be, you know, wearing all this like golden stuff. Like, dang, probably inherited that from his father. And I feel like this design does really convey a character who does want to be peaceful, but their best friend just got his neck snapped, and now they mean business. When they're in this design, they mean business. When they're other design, that means, okay, I'm peaceful, I'm cool. In this one, it means, all right, I gotta avenge Liu Kang. At number 3, I have his Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks design. Now, this design kind of revamped Kung Lao in a lot of people's eyes in terms of design. This is a very popular look for Kung Lao, and it reappeared not in the exact form, but in a very similar way in Mortal Kombat 9, which I'll get to later. But this design introduced this type of vest for Kung Lao with the metallic designs and the metallic brims, and it kind of became an iconic part of Kung Lao's modern character. And honestly, it might be the most iconic Kung Lao design, even if it's not my personal favorite. But yeah, there's honestly not much to say on this design. It's just a really good Kung Lao design, and I understand why it became so popular. I like how they always kind of keep the pants the same, like it's just blue pants. He has the cloth thing, and he has some like red or something shoes, and you know, it's always kind of the same thing with the pants. Like, you never really see a Kung Lao design with like drastically different pants, at least not for a main Kung Lao design. Like, of course, with the Revenants and stuff, like, you're gonna have differences, but I don't know, I like how the pants are like the one constant feature of Kung Lao's designs. And I do like how it brought back the chin strap, because I believe Deadly Alliance did not have one for his, of course, alternate design, or default design, whatever you want to call it. It didn't have the chin strap, which I always personally like the chin strap better than no chin strap or stupid looking head guard thing. And so this design bringing it back was pretty dope. And the next design coming up at number 2 is a very similar one, but it does add a little bit of extra flair, and that's the Mortal Kombat 9 default design. It has the flair of the Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance Kung Lao alternate design. I'll make sure I'm saying the correct thing here. It has the like red clothy things that come out from the pants, so it does kind of give more of that royalty vibe that I was talking about earlier. And it combines that with the Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks chest design, and also gives a little bit of a better hat than the Shaolin Monks one, because I believe the Shaolin Monks one was just like all black, which, kind of boring. But this one was black with the red stripe, and that's always better. Now, unfortunately, it does not have the chin strap, but like, whatever, I guess. It's not that big of a deal. I think this design just kind of fits into a Mortal Kombat space a bit better. Like, of course, the first Kung Lao design in Shaolin Monks, that was good, but at the same time, you know, there was definitely things you could have improved on. There was definitely things you could have added, and I think this design did a really good job on adding those things that I think made the overall design look a lot better. But neither of those two designs are number 1, and you're going to be very shocked at what my choice for number 1 is, unless you've been keeping track of all the designs that I have and have not already talked about before, in which case you probably do know what my number 1 is, and you're probably still shocked, because my number 1 is the Mortal Kombat X tournament design. Now, I thought about this number 1 placement for a very, very, very long time. I was like, there's no way. Mortal Kombat X, anything, as my number 1 in anything. Like, that's crazy. That's insanity. But I gotta admit, this is a really, really good design. Like, it combines the best aspects of the Mortal Kombat 2 design with the best aspects of the Mortal Kombat 9 and Shaolin Monks designs, mixes them together, and it makes for a really, really good outfit, and my personal definitive Kung Lao outfit. At least from the games. We're talking about every media, Mortal Kombat 2021 easily takes the cake. That is the best Kung Lao design. No doubt about it. But yeah, it has a nice distribution and mix of all the colors from top to bottom with the blue, the black, the metallic, the red even in some places. Like, it all looks really good. And guys, I was just as shocked as you guys probably are right now with this #1 placement. But it's the best design, just at least in my personal opinion, for what I want from a Kung Lao design. Just, I look at everything and I'm just like, it would be lying if I told you guys that, like, a more traditional Kung Lao outfit was my #1. Like, everyone was probably expecting, oh, it's Mortal Kombat 9, it's Shaolin Monks, it's Mortal Kombat 2 or something like that. No, I honestly think that Mortal Kombat X's tournament design is the best Kung Lao outfit. I even really like I don't know if it's like a fur that they're going for, but like just the way that the blue parts of it kind of like stick out a little bit. I don't know. I like that texture. I think it looks cool. And like, I don't know. It's weird. It's not your typical Kung Lao #1 choice, but it's my #1 choice. And I'm proud to say that. Yeah. But you guys have to let me know. But you guys have to let me know. Is this a valid choice for my #1 Kung Lao design? Or have I gone absolutely insane? Have I finally been pushed off the edge after 2 years of making content for you guys? Have I finally gone cuckoo after all of the design rankings, all of the movie reviews, the adaptation arenas, the live streams, where you guys keep telling me to watch Cooking with Scorpion, even though I already watched it the first time I did a stream? Maybe I have gone crazy. Anyways, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Make sure to check out some of my links in the description. That includes my Twitter, Instagram, merch store, and membership. And with that being said, that's it for this video, my fellow oddities. I'll see you next time.